Hello and welcome to our cucumber field. Today we're going to be talking all about cucumbers. Cucumbers are the biggest crop that we grow on our homestead. We have about 800 plants right now and they are producing like crazy. So we wanted to share with you some tips and tricks for growing your own and show you how we use cucumbers in all different sizes to make our delicious goodies. My name's Ruby Reed and I'm with Valhalla Organics, and we share what life is like on our little farm here in Southern Virginia. So today, like I said, is going to be all about cucumbers. We're going to be talking about all of the different ways that we use them and some tips and tricks for growing your own. Cucumbers are one of my favorite crops to grow, and they can be incredibly prolific. So today we're going to take a little tour of our cucumber field, take you on a quick little walk here through our cucumber field. We have about 800 plants in this field, 8 rows of 100 cucumbers each, and we've got some marigolds interplanted with those cucumbers for companion plants. And here's what it looks like without me in the shot, just walking down the rows of cucumbers. I find this really soothing and really beautiful. There's usually a ton of pollinators all over the cucumber blossoms and the marigolds that we have interplanted. We started out the season by putting in the rows and putting T-posts every 10 feet. Then we strung plastic netting between the T-posts, and that forms the trellis for our cucumbers. Our honeybees found those cucumber blossoms and have been making really good use of the nectar. And it's interesting because the honeybees found one 3x3 portion of the cucumber field and started working that first for several days. Now the bumblebees and other native pollinators were all over all of the different rows, but the honeybees took a little bit longer to get oriented to that larger available nectar field for themselves. The marigolds that we've intercropped with our cucumbers also attract a wide variety of pollinators. Pollination is really crucial in getting really high quality cucumbers. In order for the cucumbers to turn out just right, straight, and uniform, they need to be properly pollinated. And so we're really pleased that we have both native pollinators and our honeybees on the job. This is what it can look like when a cucumber isn't properly pollinated. You can also get a shape like this from uneven watering, but my bet is on poor pollination for this particular cucumber. I'm all super hot and sweaty from doing a bunch of work with the bees, so I figured I might as well lean into the skid, and we're going to be picking some cucumbers today. Now we're at the point where we really do have to be picking cucumbers every day, otherwise they get to be huge and out of control. So here's a couple that are ready to pick right now. Ta-da! I like to pick them when they're about this size. That keeps them really crunchy for pickles and manageable. They fit in the jars really well. One thing I wanted to say is cucumbers are really good at hiding. You know, it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot on the vine, but what's hiding right here? Because cucumbers are so sneaky, my harvest technique involves going up and down each row and each side, each direction. So it can be pretty time consuming. It also involves a lot of bending down, looking underneath those leaves to find all those sneaky cucumbers that are hiding in and amongst all that foliage. The way I actually pick the cucumbers is pretty easy. Just grasp the cucumber in your hand, and then I use my thumb and my forefinger to just snap it right off the stem. You don't need any tools to bring with you when you harvest cucumbers this way. Just grab the cucumber and snap it off. Oh, I thought the little bag was going to be enough, but it clearly wasn't, so now my pocket's all full of cucumbers too. Before you get the idea that everything is just perfect and idyllic in cucumber land, we are battling with a fungal problem. We had this same problem last year, where late in the season our plants started looking diseased, stopped producing, and eventually died. So this year we are trialing 8 different varieties of cucumbers, and the clear winner is one called Citadel. It's worth noting that the problems with the plants don't actually impact the fruit. So the cucumbers are perfectly safe and edible, they taste lovely, but the plants just don't perform as well as we would like to see them doing. So we have some organic treatments that we're doing, as well as, like I said, crop selection for hardiness. Since the growing season here is long, we have plenty of time to start a second round of Citadel cucumbers this year. Now back to the fun stuff. What do we do after we harvest the cucumbers? So the first thing that I do after I harvest is I sort the cucumbers by size. These big ones that are overripe and the little ones that are underdeveloped. Those ones are going to be compost, food for chickens, or you could make them into relish. This big one is kind of a judgment call because it's huge. It might be kind of seedy, it might be a little bitter, but it's not actually overripe. You can tell by the color. This little one here is perfect for pickling whole. These next two are perfect for spears, so you can cut them into quarters. And these two are going to be great for slices. You don't have to worry that they might be a funny shape. You can just go ahead and cut them into slices or chips. Here's the final result of choosing the right size for spears as well as slices. So you can see how beautiful the spears look in the jars as well as our sliced cucumbers for pickles. Here's what our sweet relish looks like. This is a perfect way to use those overripe cucumbers that might be a little bit bitter. If you make them into a sweet relish, you won't even notice. Before I finish up for today, I just want to quickly remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already signed up. We share weekly videos and we would love to have you along for the journey. Till next time.